Hey, sorry guys. I got disconnected off of live because of inactivity. They thought I wasn't doing anything apparently. Hang on. Can't actually read. Whoop. Sorry guys, sorry. Hang on, I'm trying to get my stuff back up here. There we go. Ugh, don't you love it when TikTok just kind of kicks you out because they think you're not doing anything and you're sitting here talking and communicating and people are communicating back? Duh. I don't know why they do that. Alright. Gotta figure out what I was doing now, too. I was sitting there answering questions, too, and I had to go and do that. Sorry, guys. TikTok was like, you're not doing anything. And I'm like, no, but everybody's commenting. Are you serious? I have so much glue on my fingers. Well, those of you guys who are just joining, y'all missed everything. Because we're about at the end now. There we go. Having a brain fart. I'm like, wait a minute, did I remember to actually do this? Did this actually happen? Yes, it did. So, like I was saying, Michelle Moore makes paper. You can go check her out. That's what I was talking about. Love Michelle. She's a very, very sweet person. So, yeah. But, and like I said, I definitely know I will not have time to do part 2 of this, which will be the opening roof that will have an attic, but that'll be on Saturday at 1 p.m. I will make sure that I have an event planned for that. Okay, there's pocket page number 3. I don't know what we're on anymore. And that will be a roof that I have never done before. So let me clip this in here and will it into submission so that way it won't keep moving. Get it used to its new home. It's like adjusting the water for a goldfish or something. Alright, got one more. See how the signatures are wiggle wiggle? Well, when we're done with them, they won't wiggle wiggle anymore. Alright, last one. How's everybody? If you're just joining, you missed all the fun, and I'm ashamed of you. No, I'm kidding. I did. I put my needle up. I thought I was on the last one. Darn it. Was that the one I was using? Yeah. Alright. And if you are just joining, I started this journal here. And it's going to be the Sunflower Art Shop book. And it's going to be in the shape of an art shop. Meaning it's going to have a roof. And I'm doing a combination design of the Welcome Home journal where it has a detachable roof, but I'm also doing the other Welcome Home journal that has the attic. So the roof is going to come off and it will open up and it will have stuff in it, which is good because I think my stuff was supposed to come today that I'm going to put in there. Hang on, I'm having trouble with this embroidery stuff. So I've never, and the closure on this book is one that I've never done before either. So that was so much fun. I can't wait. Hold on. La, 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 la. Let me get this in here. I'll show you guys the book and everything after I get this last signature in. There we go. But I've been wanting to do this book. I've had it planned in my head for like a month. So I built it in my head for like a month. And then I changed it in my head for like a month. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I want to do this. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, okay. Well, welcome to my crazy world. It's like Bobby's World, but Jennifer's World. If you don't know what Bobby's World is, y'all just let her know that I'm a bit eccentric. So I say very weird things. I think I may have like a form of Tourette's too, because I kind of blurt out stuff, especially when I'm playing like the Switch. We have the Switch sports thing, and like before that came out, I still played our Nintendo Wii, like tennis and stuff on the Nintendo Wii. And so I'm like super good at it. So yeah, I start yelling stuff. Kind of freak people out. Alright, let me see. Yep, we're good. My name is Bobby. Bobby's World. Oh, honey, I'm in my 40s. I know who Bobby is. I used to watch that like way early in the morning time. Now, how many people know that Howie Mandel was in a movie called Walk Like a Man? Or Little Monsters? Yes, I know a lot. I know. I knew Howie Mandel when he had hair.
Well, you are old.
You hush. You're older than me.
That's what you're trying to convince everybody, right? That you're old?
No, I'm not old. I'm just preserved very well.
What, preserved?
Yeah. I'm well preserved. It's all them preservatives we had as a kid. And I got glue on my hands. Probably not as much as our kids have now, but I'm mummified. Ew. That was on, did they actually use that on people, or was it just like animals?
It used to be people, but I think they had to quit doing it because it's bad for the soil.
Yeah. It's a little bit gross. Well, okay, I know they used to use formaldehyde on dissection animals, but then they stopped doing that because bums would eat them out of the garbage can. I swear my science teacher told me that. Not even close to joking. They use this other stuff now. And I know I get animal dissection kits for my kids because they're homeschooled. I make them do it all. I want them to get the full education experience. And although I will say, not, maybe last year it was, we did lose them somewhere in the house, the dissection kits, the animals, and it took me like a few days to find them. And luckily they're sealed in vacuum bags. So I kind of had a freak out moment from that. But yes, I make my kids have a hand-on experience. Yeah. I love to tell them all kinds of stories because I took also anatomy and physiology in college, and we had to dissect the human body. That was fun. We live close to Knoxville, and if you know anything about Knoxville, they have this place called the Body Farm. Kid you not, that's what it's called. Actually, yes, you can. You want the brand name? Because I swear you can get them. I had to buy some this year. I had to buy a little baby fetal pig for my daughter's anatomy curriculum. She has to dissect that. And it was a cow heart, I think, in there too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I live right down the street from it. But yeah, I wanted to go to school to be a forensic pathologist. I'm sure that doesn't surprise anybody here who with a minor in microbiology. What did I just do with, did I put them up? I did put them up. But here I am making books instead. Yeah, but basically it's a place where you can donate your body to science. So that's where they get all the donors for schools and stuff. That's where they get them from, is the Body Farm. And yes, they do. They even perform experiments with them on that property. I freaked out the first time I heard about that. Like, they needed to know how long this lady was outside, and they stuck a body outside on the property for, you know, until it started, I guess, resembling what they found her in that condition. And I'm like, what if somebody, you know, I don't know, happened to walk up on it or snuck in there, or, you know, something else, and was like, I freaked out because they saw that. I mean, that would be kind of crazy. Oh, yeah. go. That's a pocket page, by the way. Ah, it doesn't do nothing. I'm going to donate my husband's body to science because I really want to see what his skeletal system looks like. I know that sounds twisted, but from a scientific point of view, his skeletal system is massive. And I would love to see that. In the name of science.
Well, that makes it
No,
hard.
it's not actually. The taxes are crazy. What did you say?
I said, that's not crazy or twisted.
No
at
one's
all.
talking to you. You ain't gonna know the difference. It's not twisted. It's for science. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right, there we go. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, it's art. You know I appreciate art. So I got all the little thingies here. Let me do these real quick. I want to make sure I get any kind of glue residue out of there. There we go. I like to squeeze them down. I can't get my fingers in there to squeeze, you know, close to the edge to squeeze it, so I use a pair of pliers. It works better.
Are you sure I shouldn't be worried? I feel
No,
I should
you shouldn't be
worried.
worried.
I feel like I should be worried.
Are you still alive? Then you shouldn't be worried.
I feel like I should be worried.
What do you care what I do with your body?
As long as I die of natural causes, not at all.
I'm sure you will. I'd mourn ya while I look at your skeleton. Who knows, I might figure out something. Oh gosh, I couldn't even imagine what your back looks like, having degenerative disc disease. That would be crazy. I bet you your back's all crooked. Now I'm like even more curious. And I'll be able to see all those hairline fractures and fractures where you've broken bones, and I find that fascinating. The human body is art in itself. Now, I'm sure your mother wouldn't be too thrilled if I had your skeleton hanging. Like, you know, those classroom ones, because some of those are real people. I don't think they do that anymore, though.
They don't.
But I would petition to have that done, because I would want to see it. Like, listen, just hear me out. That's what I'll say. Just hear me out. Oh, don't pity him. He gives
I
it.
feel like I should be pretty creeped out.
You're not creeped out. Hush. You're making people who are new to my channel feel really bad for you when they don't realize that you give as good as you give.
Help!
Oh, don't.
Help!
You're going to kick me kicked off of live. Don't listen to him. Alright, so now we're going to stick sheets of paper in between. Let me do that real quick. Alright, let's get this stuff out of the way. Alright, so we're going to, usually I just look and I'll estimate. Let me find one that actually matches. There it is. This is an itty bitty one. Oh, yeah, that's a hair big. There they are. Oh, you want to know a really good show to watch? Is Secrets of the Morgue on Hulu. Love it. That was a great show. It was based on true stories, so it wasn't like a TV show. It was where without forensic pathologists, they would have never solved them crimes. Okay, same length. But yeah, I like that show. That's a good show. The First 48, that's a good show too. I like any of those kind of shows. I got my Ella watching them too. And my father-in-law watches those kind of crime shows too. But I like the science behind all that. That's just my thing. Are you gonna make like more human noises back there? It's kind of grody. What's wrong with you? See that's what I was talking about earlier. It's all quiet now. Oh, you know what I want to do also is I'm gonna probably let me stick one of those, oh no, drawer pull thing. And you kind of want it to kind of slide right under each of the signatures. So if it's a hair too big, that's perfect. Because what it's doing is it's pushing it. Now it ain't going nowhere. And this is a good spot also if you want to put like, you know, like people do those little sticker things that have like phrases on them and stuff. You can put that right here also. I've done that before. Oh yeah, genealogy, yes. Genetics, it's evolved immensely in the last few years. It's Beacons 3-in-1. Not my favorite glue, but gets the job done. Oh, I got another one. Alright. Oh, before I do this, I usually... Here, let me turn this around. I like to put a pull ring fastener in there, that's what this is called, a pull ring fastener. And this one's a 4-signature one, so it's going to go in between the 2 signatures. Probably right there. So let me... I use a handheld one for this. And I don't want to I'm going to put it right smack in the middle, because if I put it up too high like I usually do, it will, it may interfere with the roof when the roof is on. And this actually, the roof to the Welcome Home journal should actually fit on this one. If it should, because I made that one just a hair big on purpose, so that way if I put ribbon or anything, or book corners, you know, the metal corners on there, it would slide right over those. So I'm going to put this on first, and then, oh, no, this way. Then I'm going to put the spacer, or the page, whatever you want to call this, the page straightener strip piece of paper, whatever. I'm going to put that over it. Now let me get all this out of the way. Okay, because, alright, we got it. That way you don't see this thing in the inside. So I'm gonna me put this in here first. The only thing I don't like is trying to fold these suckers down in between here. But this is a lot easier because I usually, if I do 3 signatures, it will always be where the third signature is. And that kind of makes it difficult. Alright, be flat for a second. Alright. Yeah, I can see you. I was looking down. Everybody's just, I guess, in their own little world. I know I am. Ella said she wanted to make those Big Mac tacos tonight.
Okay.
But she's gonna make them like with the patty. I told her to make it like the patty on the tortilla shell, and that way it might be easier to cook, but not to make the patty like super huge. And she said she liked that, so she wanted to make it. So I said, all right, go for it. I told her to ask Kaylin for the Big Mac sauce recipe, because I gave that to Kaylin. I think I texted that to her before. She wanted to make it. My kids like to cook. Well, sort of. We're trying to encourage that. So I put this over there, so now the Brad here. Yeah, we can see you. We're just ignoring you. No, I'm kidding. We're not. I was looking down, so I don't know about everybody else. I'm just sitting here trying to remember what I was doing. Alright, so, let me get this glue. Let me put some glue here on the end. I knew I should have went more all the way. I try not to go all the way with the glue, like to the edges, because I'm always scared it's gonna just bleh out everywhere. So, everybody still good? Alright, so see, now that will be right here, and you can hang some dangly wanglies on there, and then, you know, whatever you want. I have tons and tons of art and drawing charms that'll probably go, well, these are teacher ones. Hang on, they're all down here at the bottom. Here we go. Like these. I love these pencil shaving ones. See, those are pencil shavings. And then I have little scissors and paint palettes and rulers. Oh, here we go. Paint brushes. Paint palettes are down here somewhere. So, yeah. And I still, whoa, I'm dropping everything. I still have some of the artwork charms that I used in the Atelier des Arts junk journal that are Vincent van Gogh, which is the sunflower theme. So, there's that. Some more of these. That's a backpack, I think. I don't know. My favorite glue is probably Crafter's Pick Ultimate, which is my white glue that I have in here. I have 2 glues that I use here. This is Beacons. I usually use this for like papers. I use this to construct books because I feel like it dries the quickest, it holds the quickest. Here they are. And It's just, it does everything. It does metals, plastics, you name it, it does everything, and that's what I like. There we go. Here's the paint palette. So you can take these little charms like this and stuff and put them on the spine or the pages. And I usually do those like completely last because they'll get in my way the whole time while I'm trying to work. But, and I got these off of like AliExpress. You know, I think they have like some of the biggest Crafters Pick Ultimate. Yes, I love collecting charms, and I have 64 drawers of charms over here, so I know. And I just reorganized them because I couldn't find those flipping eyelets that I was trying to use. There you go. And that's another reason why I like it. $5.49. $14.99. $5.49. And it does everything. So that's it. And you can get it from Hobby Lobby. They do have it on Amazon too. But that's why I like this. And it doesn't stink. So, yeah. That's why it's one of my favorite ones to use. Hang on, let me look here. But, let me get, I got one more spacer to put in here. And then the inside is done. And then we're going to put the label on the back. And then I'll show you guys what the next part will be. Hang on, let me find another good border sheet here. What's this? What's this? This is why I keep all my scrap pieces. I also use scrap pieces for, like if I'm making journal inserts, these little pieces are handy for that kind of stuff. Oh, stop. Is that going to be... that might be a little bit too thin. I think that might be too... Well... Yeah, we need one just a hair thicker than that. Oh, here we go. I do have another piece. That's what I like. And I think this is going to be perfect. Yep. And again, like I said, you could put little doodads on these, like sayings, phrases, whatever you want. This is the satisfying part, is when you push it underneath and it kind of pops. No more wiggle wiggle. That's why I like doing it. See? Now the signatures, they can't even move. So that kind of reinforces it anyway. So when I do my books, I sew them in. The only exposure to any of the threads is on the outside. Crafters Pick Ultimate does not stink. Beacons 3-in-1 and Fabri-Tac has acetone in it. That's why it stinks. and that's why it gurgles. If you fill up your bottle all the way, like I have mine in these bottles right here. I only fill it up to like right about there because I have the glue holders that I made for these specific bottles, but I do have 3 other ones. If you fill it up to right about there in these icing bottles, they don't all over the place, and I also made a cap for it so they don't stink. And it makes the glue last longer because no air is getting to it and breaking it down, because I found out that if you leave it open or anything with no cap on it, it will break it down, and whatever you adhered it to will come unstuck. So that's why I always try to be careful with those. All right, so let me take these off now, because I think we're good. See, that's why I use the clips, because then now they're starting to cooperate. After the journal's been closed for a few days, it will, they won't go wee, you know, and spread open as much. But this journal has a lot of room, so any kind of stuff that's added to it, which I love adding inserts, envelopes, all that good stuff to these, and I like to have room, because especially if it's a closured one like this, tie closure ones are nice because you don't have to worry about the room too much. But because this one is a buckle closure, I wanted to make sure that there is plenty of room. So technically, this is how much paper is in there, so you have that much room to spread out. And then there's the closure, the nifty closure that we put on, which was not easy. But I like it because you flip the butt up, and then that's how it goes together. And I'm going to have another closure on the actual roof. So this is going to be the front. Here's where I sewed all the signatures. And like I said, I love to keep this part open because, and I can show you guys the previous journals I've done that are this size, so that way you understand why I did it the way that I did. Alright, let me get this. Okay, so this is a journal that I made on live, and if you want to go watch it, you can go to my YouTube channel and rewatch all of my lives where I make these completely from scratch. So this one I call Big Boy, and my husband likes to call Big Girl, and I say we don't say that.
I didn't call it anything.
You did too. You called it Big. Why not Big Girl? Why not Big Girl?
Said, why does it have to be a big boy? Why can't
Because
it be a big
boys
girl?
are okay. Big girls get ridiculed for being big, right? Y'all agree with me? Yeah. The closure I got from AliExpress. I found it. They came in. Okay, hold on. I just got them yesterday, so I had no idea how it worked. Yeah, see, everybody says listen to your wife. Now be quiet. I'm trying to get my live.
Yes, ma'am.
And
I have another.
I'll give you another later.
Promise.
So they come in different colors. Like this one's rose gold. And it has 2 parts to it. Now, this is the tricky part because you see that thickness right here? I had to make a hole in the flap, and this, it's supposed to go flush, and there's little teeth right here. So it's a little bit complicated. So if you get these, this live will be on my YouTube channel. It'll be the Sunflower Art Shop journal book. You can go back and watch the beginning part after I put all the flaps on, and you can see how I did it to put it on there. I know. And then it comes with, you know, the bottom part. And so I stumbled upon these on AliExpress. I was looking for just regular hook closures, And then I found one like in gunmetal gray, and I found silver and gold, and then I found this amazing orangish color thing. So I ended up getting all of them. Oh, I also got some sunflower charms to go with the book. They're a little bit orangish, but I'll probably paint them. I put all this stuff away yesterday, so. But this is another big book that I made like this. And I completely came up with this on a whim on live, and I can't even believe it worked. This is the alchemy book. And I like to leave this space open because if I want to put some filigrees right here or whatever I want, I left it open for that reason. So this one opens a little bit different than the one that I just did, because this one is, it meets here, but when it opens, it's, hang on, I got books in the way. It can still like lay flat and everything. And then I put a bookmarker thing in here that matches. So this is the, and see it lays completely flat. That's what I like when you look at it. And I made this months ago. So, and I do not put Mod Podge on any of my books. And there's a reason for that. Mod Podge is for decoupage. And I do have some books that may have spots and everything with Mod Podge on it, but it's unnecessary on these books because I usually protect all the corners and the edges here. And no, they don't rip. The way that I put my books together, they don't rip. And use chipboard, and that's all it is paper and chipboard. And metal stuff. Like this. And this I got on Amazon, though. And I protect, like, if I have a book like this, I'll put these filigree corners on there. And I usually put ribbon closures, but this part of the book is completely flat because I don't use liquid glue on it. I only use the glue runner permanent on this, and then I use liquid glue when I fold it over. And so this doesn't require Mod Podge or, you know, any of that. I don't like it also because even months later, Mod Podge tends to be very tacky, and especially like on this cutting sheet thing here that I have jars that I have Mod Podge, and you can see it's all shiny, that I use for decoupage. Sometimes if I leave this here on my desk, it still sticks. And when you put Mod Podge on it, if it sticks to anything, it's going to peel this paper right off. And you don't want to do that. If you don't have to do it, don't do it. That's all I have to say. If you want to do it, that's fine. But, I mean, it is kind of a risk when you do stuff like that. So, I don't find it necessary because I like the more of the natural paper look. So, you know, everything like that. So this is one of the big books that I've done. And the signatures, I have 4 in here, but I think the number of pages is different. The other one that I did was the one that everybody wants. And that's the Vintage Library one. This is why, now this spine is way different than any of these ones. And let me put you guys up a little bit, because I feel like we're too close. Hold on. Okay. That better? That better? Okay. So, as you can see, there's no eyelets, no holes on the spine. That's because this is a differently made design book. Okay, all of these are, and I can show you where I got the idea for this book, and you guys are probably gonna laugh because it's hilarious. If I can find that little thing, I got this little notebook thing from Dollar Tree, and it was probably like this big. And it was the exact same design as this. It had llamas on it. And I said, huh, I'm going to try to make a book like that. And that's what I did. So this is not technically the spine of the book. And this also has, well, this is rice paper right back here. I don't know if you guys can see that. And this was put on with rice paper glue. But over here, you can see that this is shinier. This is Mod Podge. And the reason why is because I wanted to make it like the pages were torn. And they're hard as a rock. They ain't going anywhere. You can't even move them. So I coated that sucker with Mod Podge. And that's all I used on here. But I also don't like the brush streaks. On the covers of books, as you can see, there's brush streaks. So that's one reason why I don't Mod Podge my covers. If you do, that's fine. If you do it better than I do, go for it. But I like Mod Podge furniture and stuff like that before, but I usually don't do, like here on my, this is the book cover, it has no Mod Podge. Here it does. So you can kind of tell the difference. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, the llama? Yeah, well that's where I got the idea for this book. And I said, okay, I'm going to make a book. And there's, so this is actually not the spine of the book right here that has this clay thing on it. And yeah, this is clay, this isn't metal. I actually made that. And these are the two spines right here. So yeah, I think it's like overkill sometimes with my books, because I do the book repair tape. The way that they are all tucked in with each other. I mean, I have the spine that has its flaps on top of the covers, and then I put the repair tape, and then I have the liner on top of that. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. So these two are actually the spines of the two books. So this is two books, technically. They're just smaller books. And I actually did this for a Stamperia project for them. So something is happening with my phone here, and I don't know what it is. So now this is a very big book. So it's a very long book, I should say. And this is why. So it's like two books in one. And these papers are from the Vintage Library. And so here is book number 1 right here. And I just embellished it, and I made it like it was file folders here. And I don't like fussy cutting, so I cut all of this out of the collectibles. And I have little flaps like this in here. I also distressed the pages. This is actually a pocket right here page, sort of. Oh, there it is. Right there. And then, oh, this, I remember what I did. This is the fantasy section. And I put these here on purpose because, and then this is the adventure section. So that's what this is. And I have lots of pockets. This is actually a belly band right here. It was a bookmarker, but it was a belly band now. And then there's another pocket. And so this is the end of that. I left this open in case I want to decorate. So technically this is one book right here by itself. And then I left this open so I could decorate it, but that technically is kind of the spine. It's like a false spine. And then on this side is the other book. Whoops, sorry. It says mystery. And that's what all of the, and this one has an upper pocket right here, which I would put probably a bookmarker in or something like that. That's usually what I use for those. and that. And then this one says music. So, and these are the sticker ephemera sheets. Here's another pocket. I'm trying to hold this up over here so it doesn't lean on all my stuff. Another pocket, but everything in here is music themed. And these are just line pages. So that's how this one goes together with the false spine. And then it's like 2 doors. It's the doors to that. Now the reason why you can't see where the signatures are in there is because I put this door that I cut out of the paper pack over it. And you can kind of see it right there. There's one of the eyelets here at the top. So it's kind of like hidden all the way around. So these signatures definitely not coming out because of that. And so it looks like this. And that's what the little book looked like from the Dollar Tree. So I get inspired by all kinds of things around. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to make a book like that. So this is the Vintage Library book that I made. It was kind of a whole, it's actually called the Hidden Library. I made the hidden bookcase hexagon or hexacard, whatever you call it. And then I had this one, the hidden book in the Vintage Library. And this is the hidden book one. That's a tinier version. So if you want to start making books, I would suggest making them tiny like this. Do a 1 signature book. And see, it even has a little pocket page right there. Just do a 1 signature book like this. This is just a little piece of faux leather. But it's made, this is actually fabric that came from this collection. So you can do tiny books too. And this was a repurposed box that I had that my scissors came in. So that's what I used to hold this. Oh my goodness, I just saw a little kid walking down the street and it kind of freaked me out because I didn't see anybody else. And everything. So this was the hidden book in the Vintage Library. Then the hexacard thing, I don't even know what I did with that. Oh, it's over here. The hexacard that I came up with that design was the hidden bookcase in the Vintage Library. And I also did the same thing on there. So this is the hexacard that kind of goes with that. So it's all like a little hidden library type dealy thing. But yeah, I designed this one. It's like what I guess they call it the star card. It has only like 4 or something like that. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna try to make one that has 6 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And do it that way. So that way it flips over. And that's how these work. So, but all of this was for Stamperia. For they asked me to do projects on them. So that's why I had all these. But the sunflower one is going to basically be a version of the Welcome Home book, which is the one that I'm working on currently. So it's going to have a detachable roof. It's actually, I said this at the beginning of my live. This was the first Welcome Home book that I made on live. And if you go to my YouTube channel, there's a live of that. That was spontaneous live. This is when the Welcome Home came out. And this has an attic thing that I put up here so you can decorate it with embellishments, but you can still use the book because the book is down here below it. So the goal is to have a detachable attic that opens up for the sunflower art shop, and the roof is going to be turned around. it's going to slant down this way instead to the side. So this was house book number 1 for the Welcome Home book, like that. And then this was 2.0 right here. And so the roof is going to go this way on the Sunflower book, but be wider, obviously. And it's going to open in the middle. I'll have a hinge on it. And then it will be able to be decorated just like that one. And so the Welcome Home book, it kind of opens the same exact way, except instead of the flower shop doesn't meet right here, it overlaps. Which is what we had intended for it to do. And there's lots of more pages in this one because of the like 20 plus inserts that I have made for the digitals, like here. And I made some of the inserts on a few lives ago. So, like this. So these are actually my templates that I have that for my Etsy shop, and I drew these myself on my computer so I could use them specifically for this book. And I know, like, a few months ago nobody really understood that when I was putting them together online, but they do now. And of course the one, if you went over to my page, I have the washer and dryer one here, and they have the cards and stuff with them. And I have a china cabinet, and I have an oven, and I have all kinds of other goodies planned for this book. So by the time it's done, it's going to probably be pretty full. So this, I'm curious to see if it will actually fit on the Sunflower book. So let me put this one to the side and find out why. So the Sunflower Art Shop book, this is the front of the store. And this is where it will open, and then I got to put that thing on the back. And so the roof, I'm not sure if this one will fit. Oh my gosh, it does. Look at that, it does, it fits, it makes me. This is why I moved this down here lower, is because of that. I don't actually think, no, there's not one on the Welcome Home book. So this, I'm surprised this does fit. The roof is going to be on here, except it's going to be this way, and then we're going to have it open up. So when you remove, I'm going to put a little latch over here. So basically it's not going to be, it's going to be split in half, and it will have a hinge and open up like a book almost to do that. So I think it will work. And then I'm going to put shingles on it because I like shingles and I've been wanting to use them. So that is the plan, and that will be on Saturday. So it'll give me some more time too to think about it, because while I don't mind, you know, doing it on a whim, I actually work better that way. I want to make sure I got everything together, so that way I am prepared. So that's what the plan is for this one. Now you guys see what I was talking about? I'm combining these two together. And this isn't the first attic book I actually made. I made 2 of them. The first house-shaped book that I made was the Haunted House book. And that one's probably my favorite. And that one is up on a high shelf right now that I can't get down. And it's very creepy. It's very Tim Holtz. So, and then I made 2 more like this small in this shape. One was a gingerbread house book, which I had a lot of fun making. And then the other one was just a winter book, and it had like snow and stuff up in the attic. And all my books are also saved, I think, in my playlist too on TikTok. I don't know, I've been rearranging stuff, and they should still be up in there. I have glue all over me. It's driving me crazy. So, yeah, that's what we're working on. I have no idea what you're saying. Hold on. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay. And usually, the only thing I do is I just think of it and I try to get what's in my head out. That makes sense? Everything. Sorry, I'm messing with my phone. So yeah. So that's what we're going to work on Saturday. And I have lots of extras that I have for this book also. And then after, I'm trying to get this book done, mostly because I have an Alice in Wonderland themed book, another one that I want to start, because that one is probably going to have the most movable stuff in it. But before I start that, the next one after this, I will be finishing up the suitcase book, which is a suitcase. It's a box with a book in it. This is the book with the suitcase. Because I need to finish this one up. It's like a travel one. So that will be the next one. And then I'm going to do Alice in Wonderland. Oh, that's okay. I'm sure I'll see it. Oh my gosh, you guys are probably blowing up my shop. I'll probably be packing orders probably for the rest of the night now. That's okay. As long as you let me know that you have multiple orders, that's a lot easier for me. I think it's fantastic because she's my best gal pal, so I love it. It gives us all hope. I've actually considered, when I'm finished with the Welcome Home one, trying it out on eBay and seeing how it will do. I don't know. I didn't think it was going to go for that much, but, you know, if somebody wants it bad enough, they will. I mean, she had one book go for over $3,000, too. You know, it took her like what, 6 weeks maybe to do it. 5 to 6 weeks, I think. So that's not bad at all. And I'm not going to toot my own horn or anything, but I wrote her a message because she wrote me a message and she was like, did not want to sell that book at all. She was almost done with it. She did not want to sell it. But she had already said she was going to sell it. I said, look, it's your book. You can do whatever you want with it. You can sell it and just wallow in regret and make another one, or try to. It won't be the same, but, you know, you can do that. Or you can put it on eBay, set a reserve that would make you happy. And, you know, and her reserve was way low. And I said, and who knows, it may sell for $3,000 to $5,000. And she said, yeah, right. And I said, what you got to say now? And she's like, and she just sent me little crying emojis. So she said she was about to throw up. Yeah, Aisha Khan's book, her cat cottage journal. I made her the cat handle that she's been using in all her videos. I tried to make her a handle to go with all of her themed journal books. And she said she was going to use the flower one that she got from me for her next journal. And I said, so what are you going to use for this journal? And she's like, I don't know. And so I sent her a cat handle to go with the cat cottage book on there. And that's what she's been using in her video. Yeah. Well, I wrote her a message today. I have no idea if she responded. So, I would not want to pay them fees, though. Oh, my goodness. You know, the fees, I couldn't even, I'm going to ask her how much the fees were to pay for eBay. And then, of course, PayPal. If they pay with PayPal, there's a transaction fee. And it can't be any worse than the 15% on Etsy, so. because they really put it to sellers on Etsy. Not to mention also, those of you guys if you sell on Etsy, if you, in the previous year, if you make over $10,000 in sales, you're automatically enrolled in advertisements, third-party advertisements. So if somebody clicks on a link and says, oh, what's that? And then goes and buys something for your shop, you owe an additional 14 to 24% of that sale to the person who to the company that advertised for you. Which sucks. And I'm like, Etsy's already taken 15%. And then if you have to pay like 22%, that's awful. And yeah. And it really stinks. So, I mean, especially if you have like $1,000 in sales in a month, it will tell you, you owe this amount of money. And I'm like, oh, that makes me want to vomit. So, yeah, I'll find out how much she had to pay in fees, because now I'm really curious. I know that she's getting a lot of hate, though, on her flip through. Like, even before she sold it, she was getting a lot of people saying horrible things to her, and she was having to block them left and right. They weren't like people who do this kind of stuff. They were just randoms, I know. I wish they would give you the option to at least opt out of it. But they don't. And I'm like, I would rather do my own advertising, And I'm okay not paying somebody else. But they don't even give you an option to opt out. So that really just like, it's kind of a bummer. Because I have to, when you have to sit there and do a lot of the math and stuff, it's one reason why I don't do brand ambassadors either. I know. Well, there are places that you can sell that I know is it Coffee or Ko-fi or whatever it's called? They used to not have fees, but I think they do now. And I knew that was going to happen. That's why I never switched over, because Etsy's fees used to not be ridiculous either. But the problem is those platforms, once you build up your following on Etsy, it's hard to get people to go to those other platforms. Etsy's huge. So it's kind of, but if you are interested in starting an Etsy store or whatever, I would highly recommend, since this is technically, we're not even small business, we're like micro businesses, and micro businesses really should not have to pay other people for advertising. If people like my products and they want to make a video of them, and they're like a frequent seller, I will send them something free. You know what I mean? But I've had a lot of people approach me about brand ambassadors, and I'm like, look, let me tell you, after running the numbers, it's not worth it. I would get like less than 50% of my sale. 50% of my sale is gone after paying the brand ambassadors, Etsy fees, shipping, and all that stuff. I even ran the numbers just to say, oh, I'm curious. Let's see. And I think after, on like a $40 order on Etsy, if they use 10% off coupon from the brand ambassador, and then let's say I pay them 10% for advertising, and then after Etsy fees, after shipping, because the shipping's on me because it's over $35 that they get free shipping. After that, after Etsy fees, after shipping package fees, it ended up being $18.96 in my pocket. So $40 to $18.96, and it would be more like over $28-30, but I had to pay the brand ambassadors, and the customer got 10% off. I know that sounds crazy, but you know, it is. That's why I don't understand why a lot of people do brand ambassadors when they're not a big company. It does not. They'll figure it out. I guess so, but I haven't seen it work for. I know somebody who has done brand ambassadors on their Etsy shop for a year now, and it has made no difference. They still only have like maybe 200 sales, and that's it. And I'm like, how in the world? You know, so I mean, if they want to do that, that's their business, but I find it funny when somebody has asked me, I've had a few people ask me, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I don't do that. It's not financially smart in my case to do that, because I am not a small business. I'm a micro business. I am a business of 1.5 with my husband. 2-ish. He's giving me the stink eye.
6.
You're not 6. Hush up.
Try to replace me.
Yeah. I know, and they keep raising the fees and stuff like that, and it's awful. You know, and sellers have to compensate by raising their fees, and then they get, you know, customer, why are you raising your fees? And I'm like, because Etsy has. Well, I mean, I don't know. Do you ever do retreat? I don't know what retreat is. Like a retreat? I know Etsy's making a killing off of people and sellers. It's so much for homemade, you know. And Facebook does too. Facebook Marketplace, all of them do it. They all figured it out. What do you mean by retreat? Are you talking about like doing a retreat, or I don't know what you mean. Five, four, three, two, one. Are you? I don't know what she means. If anybody knows what she means, just let me know, because I don't. So yes. So, like I said, we will be putting the roof on this one, different roof, on Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Finish that up, and that will be all groovy, gravy, whichever. This is the book, though, that I'm working on at the moment, doing the inserts for, so we'll be doing that. I have another idea for an insert I'm going to be working on as soon as I fill all you guys' orders. And then, I cannot wait for you guys to see the Alice in Wonderland I have planned. Shopify usually, isn't Shopify more of a, what you used to do, paintball stuff? No. What were you? You were like third.
I was
middleman.
I had my own website.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to me.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay, you didn't sell the goods directly.
No.
Right?
No.
I don't know about Shopify. I know a lot of people who do that on there are, they're like,
what Shopify is.
Oh my gosh, look Etsy.
Okay.
But what do you call that? What you did?
I drop ship.
Drop ship. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Now Shopify, I don't think that's where I get my... No, I don't get my We Are Memory Keeper stuff. For some reason, that sounded familiar to me. Like, but no, I'm not familiar with Shopify. But I don't know if that's very popular for our things. To me, I always thought Shopify was more drop shipping, which is like you take the orders and then you order it from the website and it ships directly to them. So I'm not familiar with Shopify. I have no idea. Hang on. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. It's a bit delayed. Yes, very painful. That's why I always, anytime I put a thank you note in there, I play that humdrum song with it. And then I sing it for like 3 days after that. I live in Tennessee. I'm like a pebble throw from Nikki, Mama's Junk Journal. Processing on their website. What's that mean? Hold on. Yeah. Shopify, to me, Shopify is more like big business. Like outsourcing their products. You know, I don't know. It's not really anything. I have never shopped with, now I probably have shopped with somebody, I don't know, on Shopify, but I haven't directly went on there. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. So I can't really answer that. But I know it's not, I don't know if it's very popular with this kind of stuff. What, on Shopify? Oh, you're talking about here. Oh, the comments get kind of confusing. Hold on. Okay, I heard of one that is a non-profit selling platform. Oh my gosh, I see advertisements for it all the time on Facebook, and I forget what it's called. But it's one that's like a non-profit one to sell stuff, but it has to be like it's only handmade. Like Etsy's handmade and supplies to make handmade stuff. That's how I can sell Stamperia stuff. And We Are Memory Keepers and craft tools and all that stuff. Even though our hubby's love handles are handmade, you know, we make those. The Stamperia obviously isn't, but it's allowed to be because it's a craft item to make homemade stuff. So I'm allowed to sell that. But yeah, I think that's the difficult problem is finding enough people who shop there like they do on Etsy. I've had lots of people tell me, please do not put your books on eBay because I don't have an eBay account. And I'm like, well, I will eventually. I would love to, especially if it's one that I put a lot of work into. Out of curiosity, mostly. Because sometimes it's hard to gauge the value in stuff. You know, I mean, if you guys are like me, I can guess how much time and work I put into them. If you're like my husband, he has a spreadsheet, and I don't do that. Yes. I mean, the only thing I can suggest is, what do you want to make an hour? Plus the cost of materials, and you probably want to times that by 15% because if you have to pay any kind of fees or anything like that, there you go. So labor plus materials times 15% if you're on Etsy. Or anywhere. Even eBay, they charge about the same amount after.
On handmade.
Amazon handmade. That's another one. But I think Amazon handmade, you said, was a little bit higher, wasn't it?
It's a straight 15%.
It's a straight 15. And Etsy isn't quite 15, but it's...
Etsy can be more or less. I just use 15 as an average.
Okay, so 15 is an average on Etsy. It can be more or less. It just really depends. But Amazon is a straight 15%. So, if that's helpful to anybody, I kind of made him look into it a little bit. Even having your own website may be a little bit less, but you also don't have the shipping set up and everything of Etsy.
Shopify is more like having your own website with web domain and stuff.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you have to pay a monthly fee.
Oh, okay. You have to pay a monthly fee on Shopify.
The basic is $40 a month plus
$40 a month.
plus transaction fees. But I don't know how that compares to a.
That's
simple
insane.
Etsy. I don't know that that's insane. It may not be if you sell it a lot. I mean,
Yeah, but you don't have to have a membership though for Etsy. I mean, now if the fees are almost the same as Etsy, or even a little less than 15%, that $40 a month just to sit there and be able to sell on their platform, that's crazy.
Well, if you're a $100,000 a year seller,
well, yeah,
$40 a month
then you're not a micro seller. You're a small business. You know.
Just all part of the calculus.
Okay, so he said that for the basic plan on Shopify, it's $40 a month. And that doesn't include any transaction fees or anything like that. So I have no idea what that would, add up to. It might be worth it if their fees are really low, but I don't know. It may not be. They may be able to get you, and you don't know what kind of advertising.
You do your own advertising.
Yeah, but are they like Etsy and enroll you into?
I don't know.
They could enroll
they seem
you
to
just
be a little bit less in that sort of realm.
Huh.
You have marketing options.
Well, yeah, you do in Etsy too. You have a marketing option. I don't sign up for any of that. It's like I am marketing. I'm CEO. I'm human resources.
I quit.
You can't quit.
Already did.
I told you, in sickness and in health. This is sickness. You're going to stay. You're not allowed to quit.
This is what sickness looks like?
Yep. And it can get much worse. Alright, guys. Well, I am going to hop off of here. This is a very long live. I will be posting the replay when it's processed. I will look at it. If you tag me in it, then I'll see it and I'll look at it. So this whole replay will be on my YouTube channel. It's 4 Girls Stole My Heart. My link's in my bio. I would highly recommend, if you get this closure, to look at the replay so that way you can know how to do this little booger. A cute booger, but a bugger. And that way you watch that. This will be part 1. And then part 2 will be on Saturday. It will be the roof. That shouldn't take that long, because I got that. That's pretty easy. All you gotta do is watch my tutorials on YouTube. I actually have making the book series that's broken up on there also, and it's more of explaining why I do things the way that I do, why I am the way that I am. And it's in different videos. Like I have one just for the cover, and then I have one for signatures, and then I have one for this and that. So, yeah. Oh, well, that's good. That helps get my hours up. I have to have 4,000 viewing hours on there to even remotely make any kind of profit on those videos. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's creeping. I think I'm like at 3,100 now. And I'm like, Maybe I'll be there like the end of this year, next year. I don't know. But that's okay. I don't care about that. I'm just going to keep posting. That's what I do. It's what I live for. Oh yeah, I love them laying flat too. Now, if you add a bunch of crap on it like I do, like this, it ain't going to lay exactly flat. But if it's like this one, you know, they all lay nice and flat, which is what I like. There. That makes me happy. And that's why I made this design, this book method, I guess. Oh, name of that. So they would lay nice and flat, because I don't like, you know, where they're like this and they won't lay flat. That drives me crazy. So I don't usually, because everything is obtainable usually through my Etsy shop. You can get all the papers and stuff are there. The only things that I don't sell are the chipboard, but I mean, I can. It's not that big of a deal. Even the digitals for my lined paper, I made those into digitals for people so they can make the books. My inserts and in there. I even do some, you know, paper digitals and stuff for people who like to do journal spreads and everything. So, if I do like a workshop or something, like I did a workshop with Stamperia, and I had a kit that went with that. I have to check my email because I actually was talking to them today about that. I would love to create just a book on the Stamperia workshop, but they only give me an hour, and that freaks me out because I like to take my time. And especially if I'm on live with them, I have to answer questions, so it's going to take me more than an hour. So maybe a small one. I don't know. I'll have to think of something to do on there. So yeah. You know, every time I see somebody join on here and I see sunflowers, this is what I think of. It's pretty. I mean, who doesn't like sunflowers? I don't really like eating sunflower seeds because they're messy. But, if they're already like just the kernels, I'll eat them all day. So, yeah. I don't know. I'll think about it. There she is. I know. I knew I saw somebody with sunflowers. I love sunflowers too. They're not my favorite flower. I love hydrangeas. I grew hydrangea bushes, massive hydrangea bushes, and they were my babies. And we sold our house, and the guy who moved in there tore them out. It just broke my heart. My link is under my picture in my bio, but it's For Girls Stole My Heart. Or you can look up Hubby's Love Handles, and it should bring you right to my page too. Don't ask. It's they're my tools. I call them Hubby's Love Handles. I know, it killed me, and made me sick. I babied them things. They're my 4 children. They were gorgeous. I have pictures of them though. I'll have to post them sometime. I have a picture of my daughter holding one, and the bloom was like this massive. It was huge, and they were blue and purple. So pretty. I need to plant some more. Let's see, what do I have? Well, the original handle, of course, is a wax stamp. And then we have the finger dauber attachment. Let me see if I can find one. I use these all the time, so I hardly ever have... Oh, there we go. Finger dauber attachment. And then we have... what do I have? Well, let me find... Then we have the rectangle attachment for the rectangle sponges. And then I have the mini acrylic stamper that puts little tiny cling stamps on. And then I have the big one back here for bigger stamps that go on the handle, because I hate using acrylic blocks. And then I have the bead picker upper one that's right back. Oh, what's this one? Oh, I have the round one right here. And I have, what other one do I have? I have the X-Acto knife, but I want to do something. My anal butt keeps wanting to do something. I want to do something different with that one, because I want to make sure that it's going to last and not get damaged or broken or anything like that. So, and then I have some others. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I don't even know anymore. So, yeah. And just to let you know, if you ordered the Steampunk bundle, I have stuck my finger in each one of these. So, because I like it.
Not because you're weird or anything.
I don't, it's, hush. Just be quiet.
Yes.
Because I like it. Oh, Steampunk bundles. Okay, yeah, I have them. I just have been busy and I haven't put them on there. Oh my gosh. And we have a massive ton of glue holders. You've been a busy boy. So yeah, after I get off of live and stuff and I start packing orders and everything, I'll look and I'll see what we got. What did you say the gunmetal is almost done, or it is done?
They're all done.
They're all done? And I'm sitting here being a slacker, ain't I? The tricolor.
I don't have any room for anything anymore. Tricolor's done.
Okay, tricolor's done. Nautical mood.
Yes. I'm trying. I always forget the names you call them. I know them by the filament name. I don't
Nothing
know
but treble.
Yeah,
Gold Rush. Nautical mood. Gunmetal. I haven't came up
I'm
with.
not going to remember any of that.
Gunmetal is the color it's called.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's black silk. It just looks gunmetal.
Okay, well we're calling it gunmetal.
I'm okay with that.
And then we
The
have
only thing that's not done is the hypnotic.
Oh, the hypnotic.
I need bone folds and I need small, whatever you call, little round
the mini
ink stamp adapters.
It's not ink stamps, okay? They're stampers. It's just a stamp attachment. It's mini.
Except you use it.
You keep calling it an ink attachment. It's not an ink attachment.
It's not a blender.
I didn't say it was a blender.
I didn't either.
I said stamp attachment. Stamp attachment.
The small round stamp attachment.
Thank you. Stop calling it an ink attachment, because every time you
whatever I want.
say that, I think you're talking about something that actually rubs on ink.
Every time you use it, you use ink. So what am I supposed to
No,
do?
you don't.
Every time you get an ink pad, you put the clean
No, you
stamp
don't.
on it. You do though.
No, you don't.
I don't do jack.
You can use it for other things.
I
See,
know,
this
but
is where we
Every
differ.
time you demonstrate it to me, you get an ink pad, you put the cling stamp
Look,
on, you put it in the
He
ink
does
pad.
not understand that the cling stamps are used for other
I
things.
understand the medium can be different. I'm cool with that.
It's a stamp attachment, okay? Yes, the medium, it's not just ink.
I got
You
that.
can use clay, you can use
I
paste,
got that.
bleach, I don't care. But ink, no.
Ink, yes. Ink
No.
works.
Well, it may work, but that is not going to be called an ink attachment. Or you're going to confuse me, because these are ink attachments.
Says the lady who changes the name on all the colors that we have.
Colors are different. That's official name.
Okay?
So we're going by official name. I ain't doing the whatever other people call it, the shoo 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 whatever. That's what they call them.
I have no idea what.
I don't know the shoo shoo shoo. That's what they say the stupid ink attachment things are called. And it drives me crazy. I'm like, why are you guys saying that? You sound like you have a stutter. And I can't stand that. It drives me crazy. I'm going to shoo shoo
God.
shoo shoo. No, it's called an ink blender. Let's call it what
No,
it is.
The ink blender's the round thing.
Or distressing. It's called distressing.
This is the ink blending pad.
Yes, I know that. It's an ink blender attachment.
Okay, when did we start talking about that?
That's what the people are calling the shoo 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 shoo. Whatever.
Okay, I didn't
The
know what you were
schmooze
talking.
or whatever
I
it's
had
called.
no idea what you were talking about.
I don't know. It's
Confusing the crap out of me.
bizarre. I don't know what it is, but it sounds like they have a stutter, or they just a speech impediment. I don't know.
You're offending like everybody.
I don't give a flip. It sounds dumb. I like technical names, okay? And this is not an ink attachment. It's a stamper. This is for cling stamps. You know, that's what it's for.
I call it whatever I want.
I made it.
I made it.
I designed it. I came up with this, and I'll call it whatever I want because I have to market it. And if I call it an ink attachment, everybody's going to get confused. Because that's not what they're called.
You're getting awful uppity.
I don't give a flip. It is. Sorry. We're having a marital spat.
We're having them all with.
This happens often. When you cut ephemera, fussy cut, I don't like doing that. But that's because I grew up around, my grandmother, like, would fussy cut fabric. So she always cussed that. You know, so I'm used to that. I don't like it either. I'm like, I just cut out ephemera. How does what work? Oh, the stamper? Let me see. I don't know if I have any. Hang on, I gotta find what I did with mine. I have cling stamps. I just had a thing of cling stamps.
Then get out your ink pad.
Shut up with your ink pad. I'll do it with something else besides the ink pad. Watch. Let me go find some bleach or something.
Okay.
Hey, that's what Omar did on Stamperia. He made him an entire shirt with the stamper and bleach. And I thought it was pretty awesome. And he did it on a black... Okay, here we go. He did it on a black shirt. So, no, you don't have to use the
Can they even hear you when you walk around away from your phone?
Yes, I'm sure they can.
You need a microphone that like it.
I don't need a microphone. Trust me, my voice carries. Yeah, I just say, hey, can you kind of... Actually, he cuts them out for me. Is that what you were talking about? Was the, the stamper? Hang on, let me get the other one. I have two. One is for large, and one is for small. Here, I'll just use this. See if I got an ink pad up here somewhere. I have this oxide. It's not ink. It's oxide.
You say so.
Okay, so if you you want to use small ones like this. Let me put a good amount of this oxide Tim Holtz on it. And then, I don't even know what that is. It's weird. I wonder if I could do this big, huge Mungo one. I don't know. It will stick. It's kind of big, but let's see what we got here. I'll do it. I don't care. Let me get the ink on there real good. At least they're clear and you can see where the ink is. Make sure it's on there all the way. There we go. Ooh, you can actually read it. Oh, I put it upside down. There are golden hours in a day or a week. Oh, that's too much. But there you go. So you can read it. So, yeah. So that's what those two do. Because I don't like using the acrylic blocks for those. And everything. Alright, guys. So, Saturday, we will be finishing up this bad boy here and getting the roof put on so that way we can finish up the sunflower art shop. Sound good? And everything. And again, if you, you can go to my YouTube channel, 4 Girls Stole My Heart. The link is in the bio. As soon as this live is finished processing, I will post it to YouTube. And you can rewatch it. And see how I built this completely from scratch. 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I was on at 1 today, so I'm a bit peckish and everything. Oh, thank you. I actually do my spines almost always the same way with the holes. It's just this way that changes. That's it. So like I said, we will finish it up on Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Be there, be square. And we're going to put a different kind of roof on this one. And that's what we'll be doing on Saturday. Oh, hello. Melbourne. Is that Australia? Because we have Melbourne here too. In Florida. Not Florida. Ah, yes. Well, I've been to Melbourne, Florida. I don't know yet. I'll have to see. We'll see how it turns out. It may fall to pieces. I don't know. When I'm done with this one I probably will be selling for sure the Welcome Home book. It will probably be my first eBay book. I don't know yet. So I have to finish all the inserts and everything for it. So we'll see. This is far from done. I just started it, so today. It's not even finished. So I want to make sure that, because this is mostly for my curiosity if I can actually do this. So that's what I like to challenge myself with stuff. Yes, I will show you the inside. This is what we did today. Here's all that. I'll also make a recap video. I have blank pages, made pocket pages. We put the spacers in between the signatures, that keeps them straight. Then we got line pages, more pocket pages. And then upper pocket page. One came out pretty good. Blank pages. Wait, anything can be done to them. More blank pages. And then this is the other side of the flap. And this lovely closure that was such a booger to get on. That holds it together. Sunflower Art Collection. It's available in my Etsy shop. I just got a restock of these papers in today while I was on live. So And, oh, here's the outside. So, they're all available in there now, or at least they were earlier today. I'm pretty sure they are because I got plenty of them in. So, yeah, I'm really digging this thing right here. I'm just going to fidget with it, I think. Also, this is the paper. It has a little pathway that goes through the two flowers. And it almost looks like it's completely lined up on there, which I was completely by accident. Completely by accident. You won't be able to see it. The only things you can see where I sewn is that right there. But other than that, you can't see the threads because they're in the pocket pages glued in right here in each one of the middle pages. I do that to secure my signatures and give it a little bit of extra security with that. I like hidden. I don't like seeing the strings in the middle of the pages because if they're exposed, they're more than likely going to unravel or undo or get snagged on something or something like that. So I like to glue in my middle pages for that reason. That way they are nice and secure and everything. If that helps. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm dying of thirst. Okay. And I've got probably a million messages now to check and everything. But if you want to see the rest of this done, this is halfway done. We're going to put a roof on it on Saturday. I'll be on here at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday. Come and join me. And if you can't, or you come in later, don't worry. The replay will be on YouTube. I got what in? What did I get in? Alright, bye everyone. Yeah. Hurry, type quick. Oh yeah, I had them in now for, I don't even know how long. I don't know. Somebody who's on here, who's been on here the whole time. Yeah, I've had them in for like 30, 45 minutes now. I've just been answering questions and showing what we're going to do on Saturday. I know. I was on here at 1 p.m. I started this at 1 p.m. and I probably finished about 6, I would think. Well, yeah. Yeah, you can make all the pages pocket pages if you want to. All you have to do is just glue the outside, or, 2 pages together. Have an even number of pages. I only make the ones that hold where I hand sew it in pocket pages because I didn't want a whole, I usually don't make a whole book of pocket pages, but yes. I also do not trim my papers. You have a good night also. I don't trim my papers. I leave them all the same. Like, what was that? Did you hear that? It sounded weird. Oh, I think it was a car door. So, but yes, you can make all of them pocket pages if you want to. That's completely up to you. Oh, you're welcome. Alright, guys. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you guys on Saturday.